Addie Soldiers. In the words of a gay icon, let's go girls. Hello everybody and welcome. How's your Pride Month going so far? Good? Good. Despite Pride sometimes feeling like a series of never-ending after parties awash with rainbow capitalism, at the end of the day, Pride is about love, and being able to love who you love openly. You got your girls, you got your gays, you got your femmes, you got your butches, you got your futches, you got your soft tops, your daddy doms, and your power bottoms, and they all deserve love. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that in one take. And from the shelves behind me, you probably can tell two things. One is that I read a lot of books, and two is that I read a lot of fantasy books. But over the last couple years, I've slowly been gathering and curating a little section of queer rom-coms, but just like me coming out in my mid-20s, I feel like I need to make up for lost time. So I am constantly trying to find new and cute and fun and spicy queer rom-coms I can add to that shelf. And that is where the sponsor of today's video, Harlequin, comes in. Because when Harlequin reached out and was like, hey, we want to send you some queer books and pay you to read them, would you like that? I was like, absolutely, I would. Please hand those over. So I got to choose 5 gay rom-coms to read this week, and you can too if you go to the link in my description box that will lead you directly to the LGBTQ plus reads on harlequin.com. And you can use the code LOVE25 to get 25% off your order until the end of June. Because like, yeah, I love love, but I also love a discount. So the 5 books that they've added to my bookshelves are A Little Kissing Between Friends by Chensia C. Higgins. This is the author of Devon and Chris Plan a Wedding, which I loved last year. This is her new one, so of course I had to get it, and I totally have not already started reading it. Black Sapphic Friends to Lovers rom-com about a music producer and her best friend who is an exotic dancer. The Boyfriend Subscription by Steven Salvatore, which is a gay Pretty Woman retelling, a fake dating story between the CEO of a kinky hookup app and a guy who runs a plant store. Really Cute People by Marcus Harwood Jones, which is a poly romance about a mix-up with a vacation rental. Dragged to the Wedding by Andrew Gray, which is another fake dating book about a closeted man having to bring a date to his cousin's wedding and ends up taking a drag queen. And I was also sent an advanced digital manuscript of The Blue Stockings Guide to Decadence by Jess Everly, which is 3rd in the Lucky Lovers of London series, where a bookshop keeper in a lavender marriage and a blue stockings doctor get pulled into an outrageous scandal. So I want to read all of these, but I am too old to be doing a 24-hour reading vlog with all these 21-year-olds. I need to go to bed at like 10 p.m. And that's why I started thinking, man, if I was a romance character, this would be so fun because I could be doing all these fun and crazy things. And then I realized that I'm an adult, I can do those things. So let's get inspired this week. Let's do some things that some of these characters are doing while reading their books. So without further ado, grab yourself a gay little drink, grab yourself a gay little snack, and settle in, and join me on my adventures this week as we pretend to gallivant around the city as some queer bookish characters. So like I mentioned, I have already been reading A Little Kissing Between Friends because look at it. It looks so fun. I'm not very far in, but I'm really liking it. It's all about food and family and community. And this Friends to Lovers thing is so sweet and real because Sin one day just looks over at Julie's and is like, damn, when did my friend become such a snack? And why do I feel so conflicted about it? Which I think is the quintessential gay experience. When I was trying to plan an activity, I kind of hit a roadblock because the 2 places that this takes place the most in are a music studio and a strip club. I do know somebody with a music studio, but it's fully booked for like the next, I don't even know how long. And even though I do live somewhat near a strip club, I do think that the video gods would not approve of that concept. However, I also dance. Not exotically, but I do burlesque, and I have to go to a class this week. So I thought that might be fun to bring this along so I can go dance with it. So even just reading a little bit of this, I realize I will never be able to hold a candle to Juicy. And you know what? That's okay. That's a dream that we can all have. And so going into my dance bag are my shorts, my rhinestone dance heels, knee pads, book, obviously, Hot Girls Read water bottle. back home, and oh, I'm greasy. We're just gonna turn that to the side. Oh, look, a sword. Ooh, distractions. Class was very fun. We learned new choreo today, and my teacher was a good sport for letting me film after it was over. I made some food, and I'm sitting down to keep reading this. Did I eat a bowl of cereal for dinner? Who's to say? Sin and Juicy would be so disappointed in me. But I'm gonna sit here for a little while and drink my tea. It's very oversteeped now. Whoops. Can you oversteep chamomile? What happens? Do you just get like extra calm? So today's plans are somewhat being foiled by Mother Nature, which I think is a little homophobic, because my plans were to take the boyfriend subscription with me as I trapezed into the outside world. Alas, it is currently raining. The afternoon weather report did promise sun, so I think I'm just gonna chance it. So I might not be able to enjoy iced beverages or look at plants in the outside world, but I can still wear a harness and go to a coffee shop where I know there is plants. Where there is plants? Where there are plants? Where there are plants. I have an English degree. Okay, here's the fit. We got this black midi dress with a cute harness. I think I'm gonna wear these shoes. Please ignore how dusty those are. Okay, what do we think? Would you call me plant daddy in this outfit? Don't answer that. Or maybe do, I don't know, up my engagement. Oh my god, it turned really sunny out. Looks like iced coffee's back on the menu, boys. And we're back. Coffee, drank. Book, read. Me, home. Sweatpants, on. The second time today that my plan was thwarted, nay, uprooted. Haha, jokes. As you saw, I went to get coffee and then went to a lovely park to read, but that was not my original plan. My original plan was to go to a plant store, kind of wander around, maybe choose a new, like, climbing vine for myself or something, you know, make Plant Daddy Teddy proud. Art truly does imitate life, or maybe life imitates art, because it was permanently closed. No! It is kind of cosmically hilarious because that is exactly what is happening to Teddy, our main character in this book. I fell in love with the boyfriend subscription. This book is so damn cute, but also like hella spicy. Like, am I allowed to be in public while reading this? The conversation around sex work in this book is phenomenal. Whether you're an accountant or an accountant, everybody deserves love and connection and intimacy and getting your bag. And if that includes taking your clothes off in front of strangers for a little while, all the more power to you. We love to see it. And so with that, on to the next. Good morning. Now you get voiceover, Rachel, because I didn't properly connect my headphones and the background noise of downtown Vancouver was absolutely horrendous. So for my next activity, I decided to check out the Copy Machine Manifesto exhibit at the Vancouver Art Gallery. This is a Zine exhibit that showcases 5 decades of North American Zines. It documents various subcultures, communities, and artistic mediums from avant-garde, punk, queer, and feminist art. I felt like the Blue Stockings would absolutely appreciate this exhibition, and I mean, have a look for yourself. Now back at home. I wanted to do a little wrap up, some thoughts, some feelings about the book, but First of all, museum, very quiet, which is good but also bad because I had like 6 security people eyeing me the whole time and I'm like, please just let me take my little photos. Anyways, I made it to 129 pages out of this 365 page ebook. I also find women attractive 365. I'm having a great time with this. Jess Everly is a wonderful writer. I would like any of you to try arguing with Dr. Emily because she has the power of gayness and science on her side. And also this exhibit at the VAG, which is a very evocative acronym and very appropriate in keeping with themes of today's video. It was beautiful. It was the entire second floor and had so much to look at. The main focus was on Black activists and the queer community in Vancouver in the 70s and 80s, but it also heavily leaned on the drag community of the 80s and 90s. This exhibit runs until September 22nd, so if you're in the Lower Mainland or you're coming to Vancouver, I would highly recommend checking this out. It was really awesome. And if you want to check out Dr. Emily and Miss Jo's story, by the time that this video comes out, the Blue Stockings Guide to Decadence will be on shelves. On to the next, which incidentally involves drag. I can explain. Today's book was Dragged to the Wedding by Andrew Gray, which is a book all about a fake dating scheme with a drag queen. And so I thought it would be so fun that my friend and I were going to go to a drag show and I would bring this book along and it would be so hilarious and oh wow, drag queens and drag books. And then the show got canceled. So here I am, scared, alone, dragless. So the activity that I've decided to start at 9:30 p.m. on a Friday is instead of going to a drag show, I thought I would put on some drag makeup a la Chapel Roan and we would just have a little DIY crafting session. Here's a little behind the scenes of what you missed. Hello, welcome to my bathroom. Please excuse the echo. I'm going to attempt to create this look and we'll see how it goes. We're fully just gonna go straight in with black. There's no time like the present. Let's fuck this up. One eye is done, so with the power of movie magic. Okay, so why is this such a sleigh? Don't say anything about my eyelashes, okay? I'm bad at putting them on. This one's already coming off. Also, I didn't notice something about Chapel Roan, but she does her eyebrows like black on the tips and red in the center. And I'm kind of like, do I love this? Do I start doing my eyebrows like this from now on? Leave your drag name suggestions in the comments below. Oh, welcome back. I need to make myself some costume pieces for an upcoming performance of mine because the majority of drag and burlesque and circus and like all of these big over-the-top performances is DIY. You're sewing a lot of things yourself, you're gluing a lot of things yourself. I have 2 types of glue. I have E6000 and then I also have Gem Tack. So if you're going to be gluing any fabric on fabric, you want to be using Fabrifuse or Gem Tack. I have Gem Tack because it was there at the store. This is a warning. If you are going to use E6000 glue for any project, wear a mask and do it outside. This has been linked to cancer. You'll notice I do not have a hot glue gun out because hot glue is only good for props, accessories, and hats. The glue in hot glue tends to crack when it gets old, and that's not good for costume pieces. I also don't have my sewing machine out tonight because a lot of this is finicky elastic and even finickier horrid material. Do you see this? Do you see this awful? Look at that fray. I don't even want to talk about it. And I feel like it'll just clog up my sewing machine. So instead I have my pin cushion to hem this very fast. We're going to be using fire. Safety first. I have some water, a standby, and I will stop immediately if anything goes up in flames. Because this is a synthetic fabric, it's basically just plastic, so it shouldn't burn, it should melt. Now if you don't want to risk lighting anything on fire, you can also take like a Fabrifuse glue and run it along the sides, fold it over, or you could hem it in a sewing machine with like a roll foot. Also, please don't take this as Harlequin endorsing fire. I do not speak for the company, I speak only for myself. Quick sweep over the edge. Then you can see that it's burned, so now it won't fray. So I'm gonna finish this pile, and when you see me next, we're gonna be working on some armbands. Just to give myself a break, I am going to work on my shoes a little. There's this really sweet scene in Dragged where Daniel, who's our drag queen character, helps to alter the wedding dress of our love interest's sister for her wedding day. It's this really lovely like bonding moment between family. Most performers I know will sometimes shell out for a really nice corset or a really nice gown or something, but for the most part, like we're all, we're bedazzling our own shoes, We're sewing our own costumes. We're watching James Mansfield's tutorials on YouTube of how to make a ratty $5 Party City wig look good. And the amount of legislation going around trying to ban drag is honestly just embarrassing. Because it's like, oh, I'm sorry, do you not like performance art? All types of theater, costuming, performance, like, it's for fun, it's for self-expression. It's about establishing a connection with the audience. Okay, shoes are gonna go to the side for now. Let's build us some armbands. Get my guns out. We gotta make this like so. Is that even? Sure. Look, people are gonna be at least 5 to 8 feet away from me at the very closest. Okay, no one's gonna know. How would they know? Turn it inside out. Oh wow, an armband. Okay, I gotta make 3 more of these and attach my poofs. So, montage time. Alright, so the fruits of my labor include 2 lovely little arm draperies and, oh, I dropped it, a silver waistband that I made off camera to be bedazzled at a later date. Shoes are drying. Book is booking. I did read a little bit more in between making both of these. Oh my god, the yearning is killing me right now. I hope you enjoyed tonight's crafting session. I need to go to sleep. For this next book, I'm gonna be real with y'all. It is now 7 o'clock in the evening, and I've been feeling like garbage all day. I'm not feeling good. I'm not in a good mood. I have worked myself into a right and proper snit. And you know what? That's okay, because even really cute people sometimes don't feel good. Sometimes really cute people go through a professional burnout at the same time they're having a quarter-life crisis. And by that, I mean Charlie. My activity that I'm assigning myself to go along with this book is domesticity. Because Charlie went from one queer community living situation to getting kicked out. Then, through a series of unfortunate events, gets into this mix-up with this couple that they think is really cute. And they have to share a house during a snowstorm, and then like, ooh, feelings get involved. And apparently it has a bunch of stuff to do about found family and what healthy relationships look like. So while it's a little less exciting than the rest of this video, sometimes really cute people just need to have a night in and focus on themselves and their own little bubble. Cue the cleaning montage. Not to brag or anything, but if you count the 2 people in this photo, one of whom did not burn their eggplant bites in the kitchen making dinner. I didn't because I wasn't making those. Just say the next time you want a hot ginger in the kitchen, I know which one I'd trust more. I am so in love, nay, I am besotted with the Hawthorne's house. The way they talk about how everything is so colorful, there's all these hand paintings everywhere, furniture is eclectic and shoved together, and there's built-in bookcases. It just seems so cozy. Is it possible for you to fall in love with someone just based on their house? Love how I finally found a book with good Canadian representation, and it's just them getting caught in a snowstorm in Toronto. Because see, where I'm from on the West Coast, we don't have snowstorms like that, so sucks to suck, Torontonians. Oh, the Harlequin offices are in Toronto. I mean, I'm sure Toronto is a lovely place to live. Okay, so I kind of lied. I felt really bad only doing stuff at home, so today we're gonna go out, we're gonna brave the Vancouver rain, and we're gonna go to the fall queer craft fair. Biggest queer party space in Vancouver, called the Birdhouse, is having a queer craft fair, and where else would you find really cute people? So let's go look at some funky art and some real cuties. My favorite part about a Birdhouse party is that you could always hear it before you show up. Do you hear that? I don't know. They're playing, I think, Lady Gaga, the beacon for the queers that calls to us. Wrap up time. Do you like my shirt? I ended up getting it at the queer market yesterday, along with this lovely freshwater pearl beaded necklace. The shirt is from Good Times Creative, the necklace is from Big Head Beading, and I will leave their shops in the description. Yes, excuse me, admit one for queer love. No, don't worry, I have multiple tickets. Also, don't mind the bandage, okay? It's an accessory, it's camp. These are all the queer rom-coms I read this week and took inspiration to get out on the town and have a little adventure. Maybe rom-com writers are onto something, because I felt like the cutest, queerest, coolest little lavender oat milk iced latte that there ever was as I was trapezing around the art gallery in my floofy little thrifted skirt. Had my little Manic Pixie Dream Girl moment reading in a park. Fully used 2 of these books as productivity fodder. I enjoyed all these quite a lot. Let's just say that this week I was hyper aware of the fact that my girlfriend and I are long distance, which I know, gay. Thank you again to Harlequin for sponsoring this video and making me try out some new stuff. And if you would like to try out some new stuff, Harlequin things included, you can go to the link in my description box, which will lead you to Harlequin's LGBTQIA+ page, and you can use my code LOVE25 to get 25% off until the end of June. I've been working with Harlequin for a couple years now, and I love getting involved in their campaigns. I mean, not to shill outrageously, but like, I'm so impressed by the scope and depth of the queer books that they take on and that they publish. I was not expecting these to give me such deep, complicated, heartwarming feelings. If you have any favorite queer rom-coms, particularly sapphic ones, please leave them down below because I want to read them. I hope you are all continuing to have a delightful Pride Month. My Pride Month so far has been reading gay books and buying queer merch, and like tonight I'm gonna meet up with a bunch of my fruity friends. We're gonna go eat tacos in a non-sexy way and then like go back to someone's house and probably like make cookies and like watch old movies, and that's the queer agenda. You know where to click to like the video, you know where to click to subscribe. I hope you guys are all having a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!